All right, folks, grown black folks talk, literally on the climb. This is the high point of Buena Vista Park coming up from the western side. Today, we are going all the way around the mountain. Now, this is the high point going up, and to our south, we have Corona Heights. Plan to get on over there eventually, but today, we're just going around the mountain for a second time. Oh boy. As you can see, the mountain continues upwards. And as you can see, this tree here is going to be sadly surprised, sitting up there thinking it's spring. But the weather has been very spring-like. And so things that I planned on doing in the spring, I'm just going ahead and doing them now. I felt good this morning. Felt like I could get around. Got a whole video about stages. I went around this mountain from the eastern side once. I should say hill. And in doing that, I didn't realize how far up it really was. It hurt myself. So I have been slowly staging the western mountain. Hey friend, how are you? Huh?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sir. Just out exercising. So there's Sutro Tower in the distance. And so we up here. Oh, okay. We're gonna start down. It's about a mile and half a mile to the high point on the going around, and it's about another, I'd say, 3/4 of a mile back down to the bottom. So we're gonna start that now, and I'll be back. Howdy, y'all. I'm on my way back down the other side of Buena Vista Hill. I came up on the western side, and I'm going down the eastern side. I wanted to talk about staging today, and I'm talking about how I got from hurting myself, trying to do more than I could, meaning to do the right thing on the climb, and hurt myself because I didn't understand the principle that applies to all of life. Now that was already, it was still in the summertime, so that's a whole season ago. I have been climbing the local hills around here since March, and of course the biggest hill that's closest to me in terms of location, in terms of where I can get to it and get to Golden Gate Park, do my circuit, is Buena Vista. I remember I rode around it on a bus years and years ago, and I wanted to see if I could walk around it. Now, on the northern side, the hill is 2 blocks around. I didn't do the mapping. I didn't check it out. It's actually shaped more like an anvil. So the southern side of the hill, it actually is 36, it's a 36-acre park. So you're going to go around it. You've got to go back to your geometry about the circumference of a hill, although, of course, it's not a circle. Anyway, it went up from where I live all the way to the high point. It's a mile just going uphill. Now, it's not a mile in absolute height. Even if I was to go to the absolute top, which is somewhere there behind me, it still wouldn't be quite a mile high. It wouldn't be 5,280 feet. But it means that you're taking your body uphill for a mile. I was not ready for that then, and I'm probably not ready for it now. But I trained myself going up and down the eastern side to certain places, trained myself going up the western side to certain places, and realized it's only a half a mile straight up, maybe a little more, maybe 7/12 of a mile, maybe going up on the western side. So I said, I'm going to go around this mountain again, give myself another month to lose some more weight, get in better shape. And after planning and staging, today is the day, November 22nd, that I'm going around this hill. I also noticed where the benches were, because I'm not in a hurry. There's no reason for me to hurt myself again on this hill, because the plan is, by the springtime, to just make going around it a regular part of my walk. And since the fall has been so clement, I decided, all right, I felt good today, good enough to do it. I'm going to get around this hill. But it had to be staged. It had to be planned. As you're on the climb, bettering your life, understand setbacks, inevitable. Because sometimes you just get out there and you don't know how much you need to plan something. But by staging and by practicing parts of the route, by practicing different kinds of hills, like I've kind of backed my way up Lone Mountain as part of getting ready to do this, and someday I'll go around that. That's an even more extensive walk, so we're not there yet. That truly is a spring project. But in life, Growing a business and getting over different hurdles is staging. Putting money together is staging. I was presented with a very large opportunity, with a very large bill. Now, if it pays off, but staging that out and getting the money together and being disciplined and put it together, it had to be done in stages. I could not jump to the top of that amount of money overnight. That simply could not happen. I had to stage that and find out, okay, here's where I'm going to get it. Here's how I'm going to pay my bills. I can put this in it and this in it and this in it. And if I get into trouble, I have this for backup. All that had to be planned and staged out. Losing weight. I was verging on a size 20, some 22, 24s. I'm now verging on size 16. That did not happen overnight. I mean, that didn't happen overnight. That took place in stages. That is a total of 2 years of work, and I've really only started making good progress this year because I'm able to get out and do things. But I put my time in on the elliptical, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. The other thing is I got different knowledge in terms of walking your way to exercise. There are people that walk around real mountains. They climb and they walk and they climb. There's this wonderful video called Everest Complete. And I learned how real mountaineers get ready to climb real mountains. Not this stuff here. Not this stuff right here. I learned how real mountaineers climb real mountains. And it's a staging process. There's acclimatization. You get up to a certain height, you let the body adjust, you come back down, you rest. You get up to a certain height, you come down, you rest. There's processes to it. And as I've been viewing those videos, I realized consciously what I've been doing, which is we're staging out the things that we're doing. Anything that you have to do, even what looks like to you the highest mountain in the world or the highest mountain accessible to you at the moment. I'll never climb Everest. That's not in my life plan at 40 years old. But, if I can manage San Francisco hill country, that'll be plenty for me. So maybe someday I'll go look at Mount Tam or Mount Diablo. But no matter how high that mountain is, if I set aside enough time to do the training I need to do, I know I can get up there. And you look at me. I'm not a skinny mini. I'm not. But I can still work my way toward managing my body to be able to do certain things, even with certain injuries. It just takes how much time do I want a lot and how serious do I want to be about doing it. Any challenge in your life, you can stage it. No matter how high that mountain looks today, you can stage it. It depends on how much time you are willing to put into it. And then how badly and how much do you believe what you say you believe and how much do you want what you say you want. That's probably going to be a Sunday school beyond. I won't go into the deep theology of that right here. But you can do whatever it is that's put before you to do. You may just need to stage it. Map it out. Figure out how big it is, how much it is. What does it require? Break it down into chunks that work for you. Any process at any time. Because what you'll do is, as you're going, you will find the information you need to make it work better. I know this because look at me. Look at me. I'm not the kind of person, I just love watching white folks. Watching me come around the top of this hill like, what? It is hilarious to me coming down because I'm like, how did you even get up here? It's none of their business. It's just that it's done. And this is a microcosm for life itself. People don't expect black people to be alive and free and enjoying their life. That's still a surprise to people. Keep doing it. Stage out what you need to stage out. Make things happen. Break it down into chunks you can work with. You don't have to do it all in a day or in a year or even in a decade. If you take care of yourself, depending on how old you are when you see this, you may still have another decade or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 if you're young enough. All right. That's just a lesson from On the Climb. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I wanted to be able to get around the hill and tell you that it works. Now, in all fairness, I have to, one of the things I've learned about watching Everest and K2 videos, you really can't say that till you get to the bottom of the mountain. I still got more than a half mile to go. So I will do a little, I did it for y'all. I'll do a little, I did it at the bottom when we reach Golden Gate Park. All right, see y'all in a little while. Well, folks, it is official. I made it. I'm in Golden Gate Park. I've been all the way around Buena Vista from the western side. Ooh-wee. Now, like I said, I had to stage that. It took 3 months to get that accomplished from the first time I hurt myself going around the first time. But not knowing how far I had to go. This is what you don't want to do. You also don't want to do this in life. As it says in the scripture, you're supposed to count the cost before you head out. I didn't. And I could have been very seriously hurt. But by the grace of God, I wasn't. So it took me 3 months. 3 months. Or maybe even 4. Because it's hard to get the passage of time in San Francisco because the weather has just paused in a beautiful spring-like pattern. That was the end of the summer was like this. It's cooler now, but beautiful pattern. Anyway, it took till the summer, since the summer, and it's the last third of the fall, for me to be able to do that and not hurt myself doing it. But like everything else, it can be staged, no matter how high the mountain, no matter how big the task. And sometimes you get unexpected rewards. I don't know if you will. Let's see if you can see these. Get it to focus. Probably not. Okay, there we go. That is a Thanksgiving week blackberry. There's still a few blackberries on the hill, and I've got a line on some figs that are up there still ripening, way up. So if I go up the western side almost to the turn, they're still up there. I'm going to deal with all that at another time. I'm going to sit here and rest and then limp back humbly to my home. Still a ways to go, but the hill has been done. And the next stage of the process is to see how my body reacts to this later on today and tomorrow, to rub down with as much big sass as I dare to put on. And, well, do that first and then see how we react tomorrow. And if I can take a mini walk tomorrow. And then start working on turning that into something that I do once a week. And then, I walk 5 to 7 days most weeks. So the goal would be to get that to 2 days or 3 days a week max. We'll see what my recovery time is. So now that we've conquered it, if you will, we've actually conquered ourselves to be able to do that, the mountain's just fine. We turn that into something that we do on a routine. And after that, sometime in spring, depending on the weather, then we'll take the body learning there and the weight loss and go around Lone Mountain. And then once we've got that done, then I've got a line on some, go back up to Buena Vista and go south to Corona Heights. I saw a mountain, a little place called Mount Olympus that used to have a statue. I saw where that is today. I've been wanting to go around that. So then we'll add Corona Heights to Buena Vista. And so forth and so forth and so forth. And keep progressing. And that's what you do in life. No matter how big the obstacle, stage it out, plan it out, maybe check the map first. Try not to get hurt, and if you get hurt, take time off and leave, and go back and start over, stage it out. That's what you do in real life. Whether you're talking about physically getting over obstacles, getting around mountains, or getting to the top, someday I'll take on that process of going to the absolute top of Buena Vista. But getting to the top or getting around, stage it out, plan it out, put it in chunks you could deal with. It may take a season, 6 months, a year, 5 years, a decade. This is why people tell you have 5-year plans and goals, but you can do it. Look at me. If I can get around a 36-acre hill, you can do pretty much anything that you're willing to take the time and plan to learn how to do. All right, y'all have a good day now. I'm going to sit here and eat these blackberries and humbly limp back to my house. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching.